Hi everyone, I'm Graddles, and welcome to a new episode of City Skylines. This is New Brighton, and if you're new to my channel and you don't know what we're all about, it's pretty much City Skylines. I play a couple other games as well, but mostly City Skylines. So if you like it, click the like button, subscribe, comment, share. And the last time we left off, we detailed this highway in here, and we added some walking paths, and we used the new ones from the bridges and piers. We used the European and the American, both. And today we're going to be attaching the American ones down to the sidewalk, so this way people can actually access them. And we're also going to go ahead and blow up this highway. This highway is a mess. I don't like a lot of the ramps and the exits, and it's just a mess. So I think we're just going to go ahead and blow this all up. I actually raised the highways up a little bit along the side where the mountain is. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so we come on down here and we just attach all these walking paths to the sidewalks all the way down, and we also make like a little square there, as you can see, so this way they can get back and forth if they want. I just think it looked cool, so that's why I put it in. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty simple, pretty easy. And then we go ahead and we go up to the top there where I couldn't get it to connect, and I actually got it to connect right here to the other side. So that was really good for me. I wanted it to connect on both sides, so I found a little loophole and I went to the other side and it connected just fine. So that was perfect. I was really happy about that. So now we moved down to the highways and we started deleting all the highway ramps and just the highway itself in order to prepare to raise the highways up a little bit and really move some of these highway exits and add a few more different ways to get into the city. With the high density, I'm really worried about having a lot of traffic, and I want a lot of ins and outs for them to use just in case. So that is why I ended up going back and rethinking how I wanted to run the highway in. And so that's where I'm at now, just reconnecting it all. And as you can see, it sometimes doesn't go as smooth when you're working on an unlevel terrain, but I eventually got it in. I used the elevation snap. I turned it down all the way, so this way I can kind of get it to line up a little bit better and smoother around the whole area. Here I connect it all back up, and I start adding some highway exits in about a minute or two. I think this part was a little bit tough to get level. Okay, so here we go. Here's where we started to do the Trumpet interchange in both the highway merge and the high density area. We just used the trumpets. The trumpets seem to manage traffic a lot better than most. I did use the stack interchange, and that doesn't manage the traffic quite as well. Okay, so here's where we merged the other highway with this existing highway, and it was a little tricky getting it up the side of the mountain, so I had to terraform some of that the land over there, and I put it back later on. I smoothed it all out, so it looks a lot better now, as you can see right there. And here I just reconnected everything and made sure it was 2-lane instead of 1 lane, because I think it could handle it. Here we added just a 6-lane right where the old Trumpet used to be by our services. And I do add, if you remember, I put in a 2-way highway, just the 2 lanes. And I connected under the ground here, but I connected it from there, and I also connected it to our new high density area, and I also put it so it can exit to the highway. So this way it should move traffic a little bit better through there as well, and it does get connected, as you can see right over here. You'll see to the highway. So there you go. There we're connecting it to just the one side of the highway, and I do run it through to get to the other side as well. And now I'm kind of just making some ramps for the industrial area and the service area. Over here, I changed over a couple of roads, and here I'm planning out for a city park. And I was looking at Central Park and noticed that on the corners, that a lot of the corners on Central Park have roundabouts. And so I decided to add roundabouts on the corners here of our park. Next, we move over to the other side, the high density, and I'm planning on putting a zoo on the other side. And so I just kind of deleted some of the roads in there as well. And now I'm just running that 2-lane highway. So this way we can get to the other side of our high density area with these 2-lane highways as well. That worked quite nicely. I went right through the mountain with a tunnel. And yeah, just hooked up everything over here. That took a little bit of time because I was really close to the edge of the map there. But it worked. So now I just hooked it all up, and now we have plenty of access in and out of our high density. And I think the traffic should flow a lot better now. As you can see here, I'm adding just off ramps inside the high density, so they all don't have to go to the middle when they want to leave the city. You can see the little off ramps I placed inside the city there, and they go underground and connect to the highway itself. What would the episode be without having a little timeout to look at all the work I did? So over here you can see this is the new interchange into the services, and then you come down into the Trumpet that goes into the other highway where it merges, and we continue going down to the high density area where I put in the 2-lane highway underground. I will show you that in a little bit, and that connects to the highway as well. Over here is the huge Trumpet interchange that goes into the high density, and off to the side is the other 2-lane highway that comes down to the other side of the high density. Here's where the zoo will be when we get into that. And on the other side, we go ahead and show you where we put the city park and the off ramps where the cars can leave from the city right down into the underground tunnel to connect directly to the highway. So next I show you the underground view of all the tunnels and roads that we have underneath there, and how they connect all up to the highway and have the outputs and inputs. And hopefully this will definitely help with the flow of traffic. And next episode is going to be super fun. We're going to run metros, services. I might add some keys. I'm not really sure about that yet, but I guess we'll see what happens. But we definitely have to run our metro and our services in certain areas just so everybody can get around, especially by the zoo, the city park. And yeah, so this was a real fun episode to do. That's about it. So if you like my content and would like to see more, please don't forget to click the like button, subscribe, comment, and share, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye.